Hi, boys and girls. Miss Marissa, how are you today? I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. I'm losing my voice, and besides my knee is better, but the doctor still says I need to, stay off of it. But I'm sick as well now, so I have like nose and everything. So I'm just going to give you a short video of what you're going to be doing reading this week. Okay, I've already assigned you guys the whole group instruction, which is through your reading anthology. This is that first one that's in your resources section, not the reading and writing companion. You have those books. This is your reading anthology. This is only available online. Okay. So what I'm going to do with you right now is I'm going to read it with you. Then you can go back and read it yourself because it has the little microphones and everything on there if you need help with reading some of those words. Okay. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so let's see, where is this now? Here we are. Bring it over here. Where is it? Okay, it's in its own window. All right. So we are talking about protecting and preservation. And these are also the words that were in the other reading. This is from a Time magazine for kids. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about Time magazine later. So Ms. Marissa is going to read the story with you about protecting our national parks. You have lots of parks in Tashkent. I live across the street from a park here near the Cirque. This is where Miss Marissa is living. All right, so we're going to talk about, what is that? It's like tape or something weird. Okay, I'm going to talk about this with you, okay? So here we go. You guys ready? Let's go ahead and underline this in orange. In 1872, Yellowstone National Park became America's first national park. What does national mean? Does anybody remember? Yeah, it's national means it's for the nation. This happened thanks to a group of explorers who saw how beautiful the land was. They wanted to protect it. So they went to Washington, D.C. to write a law to protect nature. Okay, did you know that in Scotland, you guys can become lords and ladies because you are preserving the land? They sell 1 meter lots or 1 meter lots, which Miss Marissa has done already, and it preserves you. They plant a tree in your little 1 meter lot, and then when they plant that tree, it preserves the land. So this is kind of the same thing, to save and protect nature so that little rabbits can jump there, or mice, or little types of animals, or birds, or this type of thing. So it protects the nature, okay? This grand act helped to create many more parks. The National Park Service was started in 1916. It takes care of parks and national monuments in the United States. Many parks contain the last traces of some plants and animals. Protecting these lands is an important job. So what kinds of problems can overcrowding at parks cause? Think about that. We're going to think about, if you want to pause the video and answer this would be great. What kinds of problems can overcrowding, what does overcrowd mean? What does this word overcrowd mean? What do you think? Okay, so Ms. Tumaris is just going to pause the video right now because we're going to talk about what does it mean to overcrowd. Okay, it says to reread and find the answer. Okay, well let's see here. We're gonna wait on this because I think it's gonna answer this in about the next part. Okay. Okay, so Ms. Mercer, I'm gonna change the color. Too many visitors. The Park Service must protect a massive amount of land. No one knew that millions of people would want to visit. There were no clues. Now more than 275 million visitors come to the parks and monuments each year. The Park Service wants people to visit, but overcrowding, there's that word, or too many people, there it is, that's what they're looking for, can create problems. So, what's the first problem? There are often long waits to enter the park. Too many cars pollute the air. People drop litter on the hiking trails. Some people have carved their names into cliffs. Okay, this makes parks less enjoyable to visit. So here, in this part right here talks about the problems of overcrowding. Okay, so people who work at the parks and landmarks, we're going to read some more. People who work at the parks and landmarks are looking for new ways to control crowds. Other people disagree about what should be done. So some of these parks have these huge buffalo. Buffaloes are an endangered species. Now they're becoming less endangered. People do raise buffaloes and people eat their meats. Actually, a buffalo burger is really delicious. But before, maybe 20 years ago, they were becoming endangered, which means that if people kept eating them and not like breeding them and this type of thing, they were going to become extinct. You wouldn't be able ever to find another buffalo in your life. But now there's farms of buffaloes, like especially in Minnesota, where I'm from, parts of America, this type of place. So these buffalo, these things right here, these buffalo are now they are starting to be less endangered. Okay, so let's go on. Go to the next page. Okay, so what in the world? Okay, here we are. Whoops, I wanted to go back. Oh no. Okay, all right, yeah, that's all right. Okay. Okay, so we want to allow all access. The National Park Service thinks that people should be able to visit America's parks and landmarks. Their mission is to protect lands that it can be enjoyed by everyone. They want families to hike the trails, observe the animals, and learn about our country's history. But visitors need bathrooms, parking lots, and places to eat. You need these things, it's important. The Park Service can make changes. They can create rules to handle the crowds. They can spend money to fix the damage to the parks. They could build more parking lots, restaurants, and bathrooms. Okay. Overcrowding is a problem at national parks. It can lead to pollution, litter, and noise. Many people think that national parks should be kept natural. They suggest only letting a certain number of people visit each day. They think that adding more parking lots and bathrooms will harm the plants and animals. What do you think? Do you think it would be good to keep everything more natural? Or allow people to visit? What kinds of rules do they need? Think about this because we're going to talk about later. Okay, so here we have this is Yellowstone National Park. Do you see this here? All right, here is our compass rules, where it talks about north, south, east, and west. Okay, so here we have a geyser. What's a geyser? Does anybody know? I'm going to have you look up these places. That's going to be fun for you. You're going to do some research, okay? Geyser Hill, Castle Geyser, Grand Geyser, Yellow National Park. Here's our key. Talks about the food service, the picnic area, the gas station. Oh, they have a gas station in a national park. Imagine that. It shows all these different things. So places to eat and rest, and museums and cabins. People can actually stay there overnight. You can camp, I suppose. But we're going to come back to this because I'm going to ask you about this later. Okay, so America's national park system was not built to handle millions of visitors. If changes aren't made, overcrowding could damage the land and harm plants and animals. Everyone should have the chance to enjoy nature. All right, so the bison in this National Park Service, it says symbol represents something the agency protects. So this represents wildlife. The tree says it's a plant. The mountain, you see this mountain here, represents geology. The lake represents natural resources such as water and air. Here's the lake. Arrowhead represents history. This little symbol here is called arrowhead. Back a long time ago, okay, the natives had these sticks. Okay, and on top of these sticks, they had arrows like this. Actually, that's upside down, isn't it? Whoops, sorry, guys. Okay. They had these things. These things, yeah, this is the way it would be, though. Okay. So they had like a little stick, and then on this little stick was a little piece of like carved out rock. And this is what they would use to kill the animals. It was a spear. Okay. Okay, so that was called an arrowhead. That arrowhead means the history. Okay. Let's save that. All right, let's go on. Is there any more? Oh, yes, there is. Awesome. Okay. So it says 5 questions. Read what the manager of the National Park Service Youth Programs thinks about visiting parks. Okay, Miss Marissa's going to make it a little bit bigger here if I can, so we can see it. Okay. Oops, now I don't think I can draw on it though. Okay, we'll just go like that. All right, can I make it bigger? There. Okay, that's better, I think, huh? Okay. All right, it says the National Park Service will celebrate its 100th anniversary on August the 25th. George McDonald is the Park Service Youth Programs Manager. He spoke with TFK Elizabeth Winchester. You were raised in New York City. How did you experience national parks when you were a kid? I used to climb trees around Grant's tomb and attend concerts there. I also have memories of visiting the Statue of Liberty. Okay, so Grant's tomb. Okay, we're gonna do some research, guys. Are you gonna get ready to do some research? Okay, it says, what were you doing to achieve the goal to give more people access to national parks and sites? I worked on development and target minority groups like the African Burial Ground in New York City and the Tuskegee Airmen National Historical Society in Alabama. Okay. It's important for young people and their families to identify with these magnificent places because they belong to everyone. Find Your Park encourages more people to appreciate our country's valuable resources and how to protect them. Kids get free admission. You get free admission to national parks. Every kid in a park program gives free admission to the families of 4th graders. Why? Reaching kids at this age increases their chance of academic success. I visited the National Monuments in Washington, D.C. when I was in 4th grade, and it led to a lifetime dedication to studying history. Our goal is to continue the Every Kid in a Park program. We want to have a lasting positive impact. Okay, so they're talking about how we celebrate our national parks. I'm going to stop reading there because what I want you to do now that says this is Yosemite National Park. We were talking about Yellowstone National Park, and this is Yosemite National Park. Okay, this one talks about Statue of Liberty National Monument. This one talks about the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. All these are different parks in America, okay? We've got the John F. Kennedy Space Center and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. Okay, so what can you learn? This is the big star question of the day. What can you learn from visiting landmarks? And you drew your landmarks, which was a really fun thing to do. I saw your pictures on Class Dojo. But now we're going to see here. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to know? I don't think so. This is something different. Yeah, this one's different. Okay. So, let's open a Jamboard, boys and girls. We're going to open one of Miss Marissa's Jamboards because we're going to talk about this now. I need to make a new one. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do on a piece of paper, I want you to fold your piece of paper into 4 different parts. So if you were to fold it in 4 different parts, and I want you to look at Yellowstone Park. No, that's not what I want you to do, Miss Marissa. I'm going to have you go back and look at Yellowstone. Okay, Yellowstone National Park. National Park. Okay, I'm going to have you look at, you know what, I don't like this the way this is. I think I'm going to change this, guys. Hold on a second. So, let me go back. Yellowstone National Park. Okay, I'm going to have you look at Yosemite National Park. I want you to look up, what's it called? It's called Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. Oops. And let's see. Oh, the Grand Canyon. So in your tablets now, you're going to go and you're going to look up these things. What I want you to tell me is, number 1, what is it famous for? Makes it famous. Okay? What makes it famous on all of them? Actually, let me erase that again. On all of these, I want you to tell me one thing from each one. First, I want you to draw me a picture. So let's look on all of these. Stop and pause so you can copy these down. Then on each one of them, I want to find out what makes it famous. Okay. I want you to tell me how many years it's been a national park. Okay, where is it located? So there's 1, 2, 3. Where is it located? Okay. And 4, draw me a picture of it. Of one thing at the park. Now, you will be getting a size A3 piece of paper for this, so you have plenty of space once you do your hamburger fold and another hamburger fold to make it in 4 different places. What you can do with this, so you have to write about what makes it famous. Why is Yellowstone National Park famous? What makes it famous? How many years it's been a national park? Where is it located? And draw me a picture of one thing at the park. Okay, now you can do this by yourself, or you can do this with your group. So if you want to do it with your group, you can do that, or you can do it by yourself. Or if you want to take a partner from somebody else's group, you can do that too. So we have 4 reading groups, right? If you want to do it as a group, then I want you guys to take 4 reading groups. Yeah, you can take one person from each group to form your group. Okay, so you can work together. Okay, or if you don't have enough to do 4, like Dior and Aslan, you can do it together. And then Mustafa, Satora, and Zakario can do it together. Okay. And then the rest of you can work on it together. So if you want it in 3 groups, you can do it in 3 groups. But everybody must do something. So someone can look up what makes it famous and read about that. Okay, how many years has it been national park? You should be able to read. So if someone in your group has a hard time reading, then that may be you have to find somebody that can read it to you and help you with it. Okay, where is it located? Most of these parks will be in America, but where in America? In America, what state? Is it near a city? I want to know all of this information. Okay, and then draw me a picture of one thing at the park that makes you interested in it. Okay, this is your assignment for tomorrow, and probably it will be there for next week as well, or next time as well. Tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay, wait, today's Tuesday, right? I'm sorry, Wednesday and Thursday. All right, so this will be Wednesday and Thursday's work. Plus you have all your workbook pages. Plus you have everything else. So I'm going to stop the share now, okay? You can pause and go back and listen to Miss Marissa's assignment, okay? And then this will be in your anthologies. All right, this is your whole group. So like if on tomorrow is Wednesday, you only have English 1 period, but Thursday and Friday, you'll have English 2 periods. So you can start it tomorrow, okay? And then on Thursday, you can do it in your 2nd English period. Okay, or your 1st English period, and your 2nd will be your work that you have to get done. Now, I am going to be checking and seeing what you will be learning tomorrow, but tomorrow, or not tomorrow, on Thursday, okay? And then I will give that to Miss Tumaris, okay? All right, have a great day, guys. I love you. Bye.